What's up, guys? Welcome to round number 11 of the Output Racing League, live here from the Auto Club Speedway. How are you guys doing out there tonight? It is an absolutely amazing day. This is our penultimate round for the league for this season. And the points battle is really close between Steve and Tommy. As we can see, people are out there doing their practice at the moment. People are doing some qualifying runs, people are doing some long runs to try and see how their tyres are going to last. At the moment, we've got the league owner and operator Jaron Sanchez on the top spot right now with a 40.484. He would be absolutely wrapped with that. Now, we did do a few league race recruitment races throughout the week of week 13, and we're going to have a couple of new faces in the race today, which is very encouraging as we start to wind up the season. So first and foremost, we're going to get out on track and do our thing with the part where I go out and run a couple of laps and show you guys what it's like to race around here at the Auto Club Speedway. So let's get into that right now. Alrighty, let's go out on track. So you can see we've got a very flat apron here, so you can get a little bit of speed going, but if you go too fast, you're going to get black flag for exceeding the, for blending into the track too early, I guess is the correct terminology. As we come up in front of Logan Lansford, a driver who I believe is fairly new to this series. Now you want to run it really wide on your opening lap here, cut down right down low onto the apron. The fast line is down on the apron on the front straight there, come back out wide, go in as deep as you dare, just get off the gas, no brake required. On a longer run, you might start to see drivers dragging the brake ever so slightly. Run a low line in 1 and 2, come back out towards the wall. You want to get off the gas a little bit earlier in 3 and 4. Try and get it turned right down there to that low line. I missed it a little bit. Come back up towards the wall and then cut back down to the apron again. Almost running in the grass, I'm running that low. As we see a couple of the guys doing some burnouts there, going a little bit crazy. The high run is feasible here on a long run, but early on in the goings, it's going to be all low track. And it's not a hard pit lane to get into, but it is if you want to try and get into it fast. So we'll try and attempt to get onto the pit lane ourselves, carry as much speed as we can doing it. Because we may end up seeing some green flag stops. Whoop, held onto it, 10 points. See if we do, it probably looks something a little bit like this. See someone dragging the brake into the corner, getting onto the apron. Oh, look at that, nailed it. That was perfect.
start looking for, you were saying?
Alrighty, and there we go. That is our little practice run there. As we can see, Dalton Cowden on the screen there. Relative newcomer to the series, relative newcomer to iRacing full stop. But already such an experienced driver. He is a B-Class 2153. He was A-Class before the end of the season there, so he might have just dropped down below it. At the moment, in control of the totem pole, we still have Jaron Sanchez with a 40.484 in P2 at the moment. We've got Steve Turner with a 40.530. Tommy Bordeaux's coming in third. Matt Burgess in P4. Logan Lansford is currently P5. Charles Becker is 6. Dalton Cowden is in P7. Mark Pentecoff in 8. Travis Massia in 9th, and Jay Shallington is currently in P10. At this point in time, I am also going to welcome my broadcast partner. Please welcome Brogan Pickett Norris, everybody.
Hello, hello all.
How are you doing, mate?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad. How is everyone out there?
I see, we don't have Aaron in the race today because he's got to count some fundraising money for a deposit tomorrow. I reckon that's pretty weak, but you know what? He's doing a good deed, so good on him.
Fair enough.
As we can see, Steve Turner coming out of the pits now. He's getting ready to do a little bit of a run. Steve running it very high there, cutting it down low. I think he's coming in for a green flag pit stop simulation. A little bit of a lockup, but it looks like he got it handled quite nicely. As we can see, Jaron Sanchez in his new look paint. He's debuting this paint today. Let's get a little bit of a tighter look at it. Got his Twitch channel on the back. He's representing us and the Output Racing League on the front. It's not a bad little paint job if I do say so myself. Let's go have a look now at Matty Burgess. It's been a bit of a surprise packet the last couple of weeks with how well he's been doing. He's currently in the 4th position with a 40.589. On this lap he did a 40.814. So he doesn't improve, but he's showing that he's got some good consistency going on. And now we're going to have another look at Steve Turner, who is fresh off of a win in the DRL League. He went out and he beat the likes of John A. Theodore with a epic win in the dying laps. Got a late caution that really worked out for him. And I've just been told that last season when this race was run in the trucks, that the entire front pack ran out of fuel on the last lap. So if that's the case, then that's going to make things very interesting for us indeed.
Well, let's hope nobody actually runs out of fuel.
Well, if anyone does, we know who it's going to be, and that's going to be the forward Jaron Sanchez, who is just coming off of the wall there. I think that's coming out of turn 2. And right in front of him we have Dalton, who has just slipped up behind him. Let's have a look from Dalton's nose at the back of Jaron. See if Dalton can chase him down. Jaron takes a higher line there. Dalton's got the low run going. They got a slower car ahead of them. Dalton's got the move on the low side of Jaron going there. Jaron must be trying to save tyres. Oh, Jaron's in the wall coming off a 4. Jaron's made it into the pits somehow. Now we're looking at the 2 of Mark Pentecoff, who is on the inside of the 31, who is Logan Lansford. Just in front of them, I can't see the number of the car, the 17 of Travis Massier. Oh! And Travis has just clouted the wall in turn 2, and Mark had nowhere to go but straight into his clacker. We see someone else spinning off there as well. So it looks like turn 2 is going to be a trouble spot, as we see Dalton's got it wrong as well. Spins down off into the infield there. Having a look at Steve Turner now. He has the 18 on his inside. I don't actually have a name for the 18 yet. I'll have to wait for him to cross the line. Oh, as we see Steve get loose behind him. Steve is into the wall, the front straight there. And the 18 is Brian Beach, who is currently in 12th with a 41.232. So we see Dalton's going to start coming back out onto the track now. We're having a look at Brian Beach right now. See if Brian can improve on his time. Sound keeps getting muted for a couple of seconds. Alright, thank you for that. I'm not sure what's going on with that. And Brian's moved himself up into 10th with a 40.921. Aaron, you might want to try and refresh, man. Was it earlier? Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on with that. As we've got Dalton on the screen now as he smashes the wall coming off of turn 4. Just misses the pit lane entry there. That's unfortunate for the young bloke. He's going to go and stop it in victory lane. As we can see, Steve Turner making his way back out onto the track now. And the 17 of Travis Mascio, who's currently in 11th position. We also now see the return of Thomas Harmon into the race. Thomas looks like he's out doing his first flying lap. And Thomas's first time lap is going to be a 40.976, which keeps him down in 12th position. Let's see if Thomas can improve on his time. And now Thomas crosses the line with a 41.094, so that's not an improvement, and he's stuck down in 12th position at the moment. Now we're going to go have a look at the 57 of Tommy Bordeaux, who's currently in 3rd. Looks like he's just started a hot lap as well. He's currently in 3rd with a 40.576. He's got the 18 of Brian Beach on his inside there. Not getting the optimal line that he wants, and it looks like he's going to pull out from it and practice a pit stop. Now we're going to go have a look at the 31 of Logan Lansford, whose last lap was a 40.941. His quick lap is a 40.621, which is so far good enough for 5th. Looks like he's in between of Jaron and Brian there. Jaron's still on top of the totem pole for those playing at home. Looks like Brian's got a big run there. Jaron's doing a fuel run. As we come down to the last 12.5 minutes left in this session before we head on into qualifying. Now let's go and have a look at the 3 of Jay Shallington, who's out on track. He's just started a hot lap here, so let's see what he can do with it. And let's watch it from his left rear suspension, because there's a car behind him, which looks to be Thomas Harmon. See if Thomas can get a run on him. Oh, Thomas gets into the wall coming off of turn 4, which broke all of his momentum there. And Jay does a 41.186 on that lap. Thomas did a 41.053. Let's see what they can do on their second laps here. Oh, Jay got onto the apron. He's chasing the car up high into the wall. And around him on the outside goes Thomas. Alrighty, now it's set iRacing to focus on crashes. So we're just going to let iRacing decide where it wants to take us. At the moment, we're still on the 3 of Jay. So iRacing's convinced that he's going to crash again. Oh, we see Thomas doing a big spin into the pit lane. Jay followed him in. Looks like Jay had it handled alright. And we're back on the 7 of Dalton Alt there. Sorry, Dalton Cowden. But that's a noticeable absence from this at the moment. Dylan Alt's not here. As we see Steve get it wrong on the exit of the pit lane there. Now looking at the 12 of Matt Burgess and a 2 of Mark Pentecoff. Looks like Matt Burgess has the run on Mark. Can he make a move out of it? Matt's last lap was a 40.797. Mark's was a 41.522. Matt looks like he's looking for the high line, maybe. Is he going to do a dive bomb? No. He's playing nice because it's only practice. Matt goes for the dive now on the front straight, going through the tri-oval. Mark still has position over Matt. But Matt is trying hard to get around him. And he might have it done here on the inside run. But Mark is very high. He's in the wall. Lost all of his momentum there, running against the wall. Alright, have a good night, Aaron. Don't work too hard tomorrow, mate. And make sure you're racing for the next week. As we see Thomas get into the wall there. He's kept it off the inside wall for now. Oh, big driver's side contact. If this was real life, that would have hurt a ton. As we now have a look at the 17 of Travis Massia. He's currently in 12th with the best lap of a 40.953. It doesn't look like he's showing much improvement on this lap, but we'll just have to wait and see. No, that was a 41.278, so he's not going to improve his position on this lap. As we're down now to the last 6.5 minutes of practice, everyone will be wanting to get out to do their qualifying simulation runs. As we see a lot of people starting to come out onto the track now. Oh, we got contact there between the 18 and the 13. I'm not sure what Brian Beach was doing, just running straight into the back of Steve there. Steve's lost it. He's spinning, he's spinning. Matt Burgess has missed him. Now Steve is doing a burnout. It looks like we've got a couple more people who have joined in on the race now. One of them being Jared West. As soon as I can find his car number. He hasn't popped up on my little list yet. But he has done a lap of a 40.755, which is good enough for 7th position right now. See Thomas spinning back onto the pit entry there. So out of the 15 cars that we have in this race, plus us two commentators, we have a strength of field of a 21.07. And it looks to be everyone is a A-class except for the 7 of Dalton, who is a B-class racer.
There is always that one now, isn't there?
That's right. Before the end of week 13, that one was Jaron Sanchez, but he's managed to get his A-class license back. Now, I'm not sure why Jared's not showing up on my camera selector here, which is unfortunate because I wanted to go and have a look at how he was doing with these laps while he was still on track. As we enter the final 2 minutes left here in practice, everyone will be wanting to get in that final little bit of qualifying simulation. As we see Logan Lansford there and Jay Shallington crashing into the pits. Minute and a half to go. We've got Travis Massier coming back out onto the track. You also have the 19 of Robert Collins coming back out onto the track as well. Doesn't look like Robert's actually laid down a lap yet. So let's sit here and watch Robert for a little bit. There's got 30 seconds to go. No one else is going to be able to get a lap in. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of practice right now. When we come back, while Jaren's doing a burnout, we will be getting ready to grid up for the race. So we'll see you guys all when it comes time for gridding. Alrighty guys, we are back. We're going to cut the video a little bit short there and go straight back to the action as we are live and on the grid as we're waiting for everyone to grid up now. Very close qualifying performance. On the pole we have the 57 of Tommy Bordeaux. On his outside we have the 4 of Jaron Sanchez. Out of P3 we have Matt Burgess in the 12. And on his outside, the 18 of Brian Beach. In 5th position, we have the 31 of Logan Lansford. And on his outside, the 17 of Travis Massier. Starting out of P7, we've got the 7 of Dalton Cowden. On his outside, the 19 of Robert Collins. Out of P9, we had the 3 of Jay Shallington, and his outside is the 41 of Brandon Bennett. Out of P11, we've got the 2 of Mark Pentecoff, and on his outside is the 38 of Thomas Harmon. Out of 13th, wow, what a surprise, we had the 13 of Steve Turner. On his outside is the 20 of Justin Bowe, who is making his league debut tonight. Behind them we have the 86 of Gerald West, and on his outside the 21 of Derek A. Myers. In 17th we have Charles Becker in the 16, and last but not least, another league rookie, Blake Mosley. As we start to roll off to get ready to get round number 11 going. 18 cars to take the green flag in this race, which is a little bit better than the amount of cars we've been having. The lights are out on the pace car, so we're going to go green straight away. A lot of people who did not lay a lap, and a lot of people who really sandbagged it a little bit. Whether that's strategy or whether that is a bit of planning in the works, we'll find out very shortly. So let's watch the start of this race from the left rear quarter panel of Jaron Sanchez. The first start is on green. All starts after that will be on the leader. So we can see the snarling pack of cars behind Jaron. Everyone wanting to win this race, as it is the penultimate race for the season. As we're coming off turn 4, it's my assumption that the pace car is in.
Green, green, green.
And we are off and racing for round number 11 of the Output Racing League. Looks like Tommy's gotten an amazing start off the lead. He's held it. Jaron's on the outside. Looks like he's going to be taken by the 12. Not quite. Jaron's got the momentum to stay in front of him. So come out of turn number 2 now. Tommy Bordeaux is in the lead. Second place is Jaron Sanchez. Third is Matt Burgess, but looks like he's about to get battled by Brian Beach. Brian takes that inside line and he takes the 3rd place off of Matt. And we got a pack going on behind the leaders here. Let's drop back and have a look to see how Steve-O's doing. He looks like he is right in the middle of it. With all these slower cars, he's on the inside of 3 wide if you don't mind. Backed out of it just to give Mark the room. But he's definitely going to have a hard battle ahead of him if he wants to make up some positions. And you see everyone ducking, weaving and diving, trying to get the best bit of track position to make up some positions, especially in this back part here. You see Thomas Harmon has already made his way up to P7 after starting from 12th. He is right on the tail of Dalton Cowden there, going into turn 3. As we go back up to have a look at how our leader is doing, the 57 of Tommy Bordeaux. Looks like he's starting to get a little bit of a gap growing over Jaron Sanchez. Right now it's to the tune of about half a second. And Jaron then also has half a second over Matt, who has regained that third position from Brian Beach. Currently P4 is Brian Beach and P5 is the 31 of Logan Lansford. And no worries there, Cadeau? I really appreciate it. Sorry for butchering your name. So right now our top 10 is Tommy Bordeaux, Jaron Sanchez, Matt Burgess, Brian Beach, Logan Lansford, Thomas Harmon, Dalton Cowden, Derek A. Myers, Brandon Bennett and Travis Massia, with Justin Bowe currently in P11 in the 20 car. Normally I like to pronounce everyone's names even though I might butcher it, but I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce Justin, so he's just going to be Justin Bowe. As you see, Justin is right in front of this lower pack just behind him, which is being led by Travis and Jared. Justin's trying to close in on the 13 of Steve, who has moved his way up into the 10th position now. As we can see that Tommy Bordeaux has gotten a lead out of over a second now, but the battle for second place is heating up between Jaron, Matt and Brian. And right behind them is the 38 of Thomas Harmon. See, Jaron's going defensive right there on that low line.
Looks like Matt just been defensive going up on that high line. Against Brian Beach.
There is a lot of defensive going on in this race right now. But Brian has got that run on the low side of Matt. Can he hold it off and get that position? And yes, he can. Brian Beach up into P3 over Matt Burgess. Let's see if Brian's got the legs to try and make it around Jaron as well. Oh, looks like he had to get out of it a little bit. Got a little bit spooked by the exit wall there on turn 4. Allowed Matt to get a run back underneath him and take back that P3 going over the start finish line. We see these guys have now invited Thomas Harmon into the battle. And things are starting to get tight up here between these 4 drivers. And right now, if the race was to be abandoned as we speak, the 38 of Thomas Harmon would actually be our hard charger for the race. Coming up from 12th, he's currently in P5. Actually, no, I'm mistaken. Our hard charger would be the 21 of Derek A. Myers from 16th to 7th. That is an amazing effort. As we can see, Brian's trying to get on the inside of Matt, but that's not going to work because Matt's going on the inside of Jaron. Jaron might lose 2 positions here as Thomas gets into the wall on turn 4. Thomas is now dropping back into the clutches of Dalton Cowden, and Jaron has indeed lost 2nd place to Matt Burgess and to Brian Beach, and Brian's trying to get the 2nd place off of Matt. Not satisfied with just running in 3rd, they all want P2.
But Jaron Sanchez is still hanging on just.
And right behind them we've got changes for position as well, as we've seen Thomas Harmon dropping back behind Derek and Dalton. It looked like Dalton had actually lost a position there to Derek as well, so that's going to put Derek up into P5. Dalton's going to stay P6, and Thomas has dropped back to 7th. And that will mean that Derek has made up 11 positions since the start of this race, which is amazing considering we're only 12 laps into the books. That's almost 1 position for every lap. It looks like Dalton's now making his charge towards these guys just up in front of him. As we can see, the battle is still on for P2 between Brian and between Matt. Matt's gotten that P2 back off of Brian, but Brian doesn't want to let him go too easily. As we are now 13 laps of 60 in the books. Brian's trying to look low, but Zar blocks him off there coming across the stripe. And it looks like things throughout the field has started to balance out a little bit. But even though these guys are battling, it looks like Tommy might be on the back pedal a little bit because he's lost a little bit of time to these guys behind him. You'd think with how much they've been battling that he would be absolutely gapping them, but no, he is being reeled in. As we're going to go and have a look at our blimp cam now. See the action from high up above the track. See, Matt has the tiniest of margins over Brian. And we have a caution. Yellow flag is out. Let's see if we can see what caused that. It does not look like we're going to see what caused the caution to come out there. So we're going to focus back in on our leader now. Now this will change things a bit because this will condense the field with a 2x2 start. It looks like we're going to have everyone coming into the pits. They've only been on these tyres for 16 laps, but they say it's 16 laps too many. As we've got Brandon Bennett staying out, he wants to get those bonus points for leading a lap in the race. Hey Brian, how come you're not in the race, man? Ladies and gentlemen, in the chat for the YouTube channel here, we have Brian Stones. And he's egging Jaron to take fuel, which is not a bad idea.
Well, it looks like Justin has beaten everybody out the pit lane.
I think Justin might have just gone for 2 tyres there. Although, according to my little position ticker here, it looks like he didn't actually go into the pits at all. Looks like he wanted to try and get those leader lap bonus points as well. He's pulling off into the pits this time though. Oh, he missed his box. Ooh, that's unfortunate.
No. We've been seeing a lot of that lately with the recent update. But Jaron is out in front of Tommy, look at that.
Oh, that's understandable, Brian. No worries, man. It looks like we've got Jaron back up into P2, which means that he beat everyone off of pit road there. Which is no mean feat, especially with the likes of Tommy Bordeaux. So your top 5 as it stands at the moment is Brandon Bennett in the 41, the 4 of Jaron Sanchez in P2, the 57 of Tommy Bordeaux is 3rd, the 21 of Derek A. Myers is 4th, and the 18 of Brian Beach is currently 5th, with Matt Burgess right behind him in P6. But this could be a little bit advantageous for the 20 of Justin Bowe there. As Brian comes in for his pit stop now, it means Justin's going to be on slightly fresher tyres. Even though there's not going to be much wear between these couple of laps. And it's going to be the same for Brandon Bennett, who will also be on slightly fresher tyres. As it looks like the lights are out on the pace car, we're going to go green this time by. As Jaron Sanchez assumes the lead of this race. At the moment, the favourite is looking to be the 57 of Tommy Bordeaux, but this Derek A. Myers, who is restarting out of P3, has been absolutely blitzing everyone. Since the start of this race, he has made up 13 positions. So he started from 16th and he's currently in 3rd. But I wouldn't discount people like Thomas Harmon or even Jaron for that fact, as long as Jaron can make sure he keeps fuel in the tank. for anyone who wants an update on Steve, he is currently buried down in 15th. As the green flag comes back out, we are underway again. Jaren's got an amazing jump, and it looks like he's dragged the 21 of Derek with him. Derek is underneath the 57 of Tommy Bordeaux. It's a drag race for that second position there. And it looks like Derek has gotten that position over Tommy, takes P2 from him. And right behind them is Thomas Harmon and Matt Burgess. Now let's see if Jaren can hold on to this lead. He's got all the clean air in the world, it just depends on whether he can use it to his advantage. And whether he can, in fact, save his tyres enough to be good later on in the run. And the fastest time for that lap was actually done by our 4th place man in Thomas Harmon. So things look like they're about to start getting spicy as we see Matt Burgess attempting to make a move on Thomas on the low side there coming out of turn 2. Doesn't look like he's quite got the legs to pull it off. And in fact, he might actually lose a spot to the 86 there of Gerald West, a relative newcomer to this series. He's side by side with Gerald at the moment. Desperate to hold on to that 5th position is Matt. And he does get that position back going through turns 3 and 4. As we see, we also have a battle up there for the 2nd position between the 21 and the 57. It looks like Tommy Bordeaux has gotten that 2nd place back off of Derek right there. And things are starting to get a little bit strung out, but don't let that fool you. These guys could just snap and go crazy at any moment. And it looks like the field is even starting to catch back up to the 4 of Jaren Sanchez. Because he had about a half a second gap over everyone there, and that lead has diminished quite considerably. As we have a look out of the back of Jaren's car here, it's one of the loudest camera angles we've got. Tommy's looking low. Does he have the legs to get it done? No, he backs off and stays in P2 for now. So we can see an epic battle appearing behind Tommy there. It looks like the 86 has made his way up into 4th position. as Thomas has dropped back into 7th. Oh, and the 21 looks like he might have gotten into the wall on the exit of turn 4. They are 3 wide behind them. Oh, hold on to that, Beachy. Getting a little bit loose there coming off of the apron. They're still 3 wide. And Matt Burgess backs out of that and says, I don't want to be 3 wide no more. As we go back to have a look at our front runners here, there is a battle for the lead between Tommy and Jaron. And Jaron gives up the position to Tommy there, going into turn 3. We still have a battle right behind these guys, as it looks like Thomas is starting to drop back a little bit again. Back into P7. We have a battle for 3rd going on between the 21 of Derek and the 86 of Gerald. Looks like Gerald has the position for now, but can Derek get the move done on the low side? And will these guys catch up to Jaron and start battling Jaron and even maybe Tommy for the lead? It looks like Derek has got that position over Gerald now. And Gerald just got into the wall a little bit. You'll have to give me a second. I'm still learning these guys' names because they're new to the series, so I haven't had to say their names very much. But they're making themselves known.
Or he just hasn't gone for his English lessons.
Oh,
and
we
Thomas
got
Harmon
Crash.
goes into Matt.
Oh, and Thomas Harmon has flipped over. These guys have crashed onto the infield, so there is no caution there for that. I'm not sure what happened there. It looked like Thomas came up into the side of Matt Burgess there. I think it might have just been a racing incident of Thomas getting a little bit too tight on corner exit. But that is not good for either of those guys.
Especially for Thomas, who wanted to win this championship.
But this is going to work out well for Steve, who is currently now back into the top 10 after struggling so much with the start of this race. But at the moment, at the front, we still have Tommy Bordeaux in the 57, the 4 of Jaron Sanchez in 2nd place, Derek Myers is in 3rd in the 21, Brian Beach is 4th, and Gerald West is in P5. Right behind them, stalking ever closer, is the 7 of Dalton Cowden. As we see Jaron go for a move for the lead of the race. Pulls to the low side of the straightaway there. And it looks like he's got the move done going into turn 1. Nice and smooth.
But Tommy is coming back to him. Let's see if he can keep that momentum coming.
Yeah, Tommy got the switch back in the transition from 1 to 2. It's a drag race down the back straight. Who will have the advantage going to turn 3? It is Tommy Bordeaux. But Jaron looks like he's got that momentum rolling up high, but doesn't quite have enough of it to get back into it. And Jaron is actually at risk of losing 2nd position to the 21 there as well.
Which is Derek Myers, and Brian Beach is wanting a good piece of this as well.
Definitely some close, hard, fast racing here. And looking at my little timing screen here, it looks like Thomas and Matt have both continued on. Neither of them have gone into the pits. But they are a fair way off the back of the pack. Looks like Derek has got a run on Jaron. Can he do anything with it? He is sticking to his back like two June bugs on a summer's night. And doesn't look like he quite got the move done there. As Jaron pulls away from him a little bit. Might have been a little bit of bump drafting at play there. Derek's playing the long game at the moment. He's not looking to make a move yet. As we are over halfway in this race, we're on lap 34 of 60. And things are just getting more and more intense as Derek is absolutely hounding the back of Jaron there. Jaron is keeping up with the pressure quite well. I just hope that his fuel pressure is doing alright as well. Just so everyone is aware, we have nothing but respect for Jaron, but we will make any and every fuel mileage joke that we can as he gets passed on the inside by Derek. Derek with a nice smooth move on the inside of turn 3 there. And now he is right on the tail of Tommy Bordeaux in the 57. Pushing him into turn 1 almost. And Jaron has the run back on the inside of Derek now. Can Jaron make the move stick coming out of turn 2? Doesn't look like he's quite got the legs, but he might be able to get the move done into turn 3. No, not quite. Derek takes command and puts his bum in front of Jaron's nose. As we have another caution now. I'm not sure what this one's for. We'll see if we can have a look at it. And it's for the 13 of Steve Turner. Oh no. Looks like Steve has gotten it all wrong coming off of the exit of turn 2 there. Steve got onto the apron and got sideways. And he spun it out at the bottom of the track, but he was close enough to it that they brought out the caution. Alrighty, we're 37 laps down. These guys have been on these tyres for 21 laps. Everyone should be coming into pit. And this will work out very well for Matt Burgess and for Thomas Harmon, who were both involved in that incident earlier on coming off of turn 4. Because there is one fast repair every race for these drivers to use, and as long as they haven't accidentally used it already, they'll probably use it now. As we'll have about 20 laps to go when we go back to green flag racing. It looks like Derek has come through with an amazing pit stop there.
And Jaron has beaten Tommy out as well.
In fact, it looks like Brian Beach has even beaten Tommy out. Brian Beach has even beaten Tommy out of the pit lane. So Tommy's had a horrible pit stop there.
I don't think he's paying his pit crew enough Oreos there.
Well, maybe his pit crew is funded by Canada Post, who are currently still a little bit iffy with their working habits. And as they come across the line, my timing monitor will reset and we'll see where everyone is at position-wise. So at the moment, P1 is Derek Myers with Jaron Sanchez in second, Brian Beach is P3, Tommy Bordeaux's fourth, Gerald West is in P5, Justin has made his way up into P6, Dalton has made his way up back into P7, Logan Lansford is P8, Matt Burgess is 9th, Jay Shellington 10th, Blake Mosley is P11, Thomas Harmon is in P12, and Steve Turner is down in 13th position. It looks like we're also going to have Robert Collins coming out of 14th for this restart. As we can see, a couple of cars that look like they want to take a wave around in Mark Pentecuff and Brandon Bennett. I'm still just so shocked that Tommy has lost 3 positions out of that pit cycle. It's not very often you see that happen twice in a row, especially to Tommy. And the lights have now gone out on the pace car. We're going to go back to green this time by, which means when we get the green flag, we will have exactly 20 laps to go. So that'd be 2/3 of the distance of this race completed with just 1/3 to go. Now again, for those playing at home, with all the drivers, including us 2 commentators, the strength of field out of the 20 people in this server is a 21.52. And everyone is an A class except for the 7 of Dalton, who is a B class.
Who was an A class before week 13 was over.
Which is surprising because he's only had iRacing for about 3 weeks. As we come around turn 4, the pace car is going to start making his way to pit lane, and we're going to get ready to get going again. The restart is on the leader. And he goes now. We are back underway. There's a great jump there by the 21 of Derek, and even the 18. And Justin Bowe looks like he's got an amazing start as well. He looked high on Tommy. Couldn't get the move done, so he started to work on the lower line to try and get underneath Tommy, and he's got there. Just like Brian Beach has made his way underneath of Jaron to take 2nd position. And Justin is really hungry for a good result here. This is his first race with this league. So we're going to go back and have a look at this battle for 2nd. We have an absolute cluster here at the moment. You couldn't get a cigarette paper over them. It looks like Justin's working the low line, and he's made his way up into 2nd place. As we see a car come out of the pits there and take out that poor commitment cone on the pit exit.
And now it looks like Tommy is pushing Jaron.
Well, Jaron was a little bit slower than Tommy there on the inside of Brian. But it looks like at the moment Jaron is holding on to that P3. Tommy's going to make a move underneath him, maybe possibly, to try and get P3 away from Jaron. But Tommy's still battling for 4th with Brian. Tommy's got the run on Brian, but he got a little bit balked there by Jaron coming down on the low line in front of him. but still comfortably out in the lead. We have the 21. Justin Bowe currently very comfortably in second. Jaron looks like he's starting to slip into a groove, sitting there in third. Oh, we've got a little bit of drama behind him with Brian Beach. No caution there. But it looked like contact was made, quite possibly with Matt Burgess. Matt will be absolutely spewing about that. He was doing so well. Oh, and Dalton is over. Dalton has been crashed coming out of turn 2 there. We have caution on the speedway. Let's go back and have a look at what happened there. Oh, Dalton got onto the apron and got loose. Slams up into the outside wall there. Looks like he took the 13 of Steve Turner with him. This will not be good for Steve's championship. That is unfortunate for both drivers there, especially for Steve. I feel really bad for Steve in that one. As we are now down with 15 laps to go. Championship implications are in play right now. Steve will want to hope that he can get some repairs done in his car and he's not going to lose too much speed. Either that or he's going to have to hope that Tommy Bordeaux has a shocking rest of the race. As everyone comes down pit road now, they've only spent 8 laps on these tyres. But everyone wants to pit. So let's see how the pit stop cycle will cycle through this time. As we have a look at Jaron while he's doing his pit stop. Looks like Justin Bowe's the first one away at the back there. Oh, and he just beat Tommy Bordeaux off of the pit road. I think
Jaron with a shocker of a pit stop there compared to his last 2.
Oh, but I think all in all, Jaron's pit stop probably wasn't too bad. I think people like Justin might have only taken 2 tyres.
And a splash of fuel.
Oh, Jaron will definitely be splashing on fuel. He doesn't want to run out again. But yeah, we do have major championship implications right now, with Steve being involved in that wreck. He's back out on track.
By the looks of it on my timing screen, Thomas Harmon is up to 6. But we shall see where he is when these pit stop cycles put him, when they get to the start-finish line.
Oh, we're just going to have a quick look at Steven here. It looks like Steve might have just used his fast repair. Doesn't appear to have any damage on his car. And having a look as the field starts coming across the start-finish line. Got Justin Bowe in the lead of the race. Tommy Bordeaux is in P2. Blake Mosley is in P3 in a 22 car. Derek A. Myers is in P4. Jaron Sanchez 5th, Robert Collins 6th, Jared West is 7th, Thomas Harmon is up into P8, Mark Pentecup is 9th, Matt Burgess is in P10, Dalton is down into P11, Jay Shellington 12th, Steve Turner in 13th, we also have Brandon Bennett in 14th, Logan Lansford in 15th, and Brian Beach in P16. It looks like we have 2 retirements of Travis Massia and Charles Becker. So if Justin can hold on to this position and Derek doesn't make any more positions up, then this means that Justin Bowe in his debut race will get the win and also get the Hard Charger award. And doing the double of the win with the Hard Charger has only been done once this season, and that was by the 13 of Steve Turner at the last race.
That was only just last weekend.
The lights are out on the safety car. We're going back to double Indian file to get ready for the restart of this race. We'll only have 12 laps to go, and everyone will be absolutely on it to try and get the win. As we're rounding turn 3, coming into turn 4. The hearts are thumping, the adrenaline is pumping. These guys are ready for a 12-lap shootout to sort out who's going to win this race. Will it be Justin? Will it be Tommy? Will it be Jaron?
It's anyone's race at this moment.
The green flag is back out and we are back underway. Justin with an amazing start takes a commanding lead. Tommy Bordeaux's made his way up to second already. The 21 has made his way back into third.
And he's on the inside of Tommy. And
Can Tommy
Jaron
hold on?
has been put on the infield, on the back straight.
That is really unfortunate for Jaron. Looks like he's lost a lot of position there. As we go back to have a look at our leading pack here. Looks like Justin's quite comfortable in the lead and Tommy is battling hard to try and retain that second position. But it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it as Derek does have the position on him at the moment. As we come around with 10.5 laps to go left in this race. The pace is absolutely electric. And the atmosphere is crazy. Tommy's desperate to try and find a way around Derek here, looking high and looking low. Justin takes the apron there a little bit, so do a couple of other drivers behind him. And Jaron has slipped all the way back to 15th after being so well off to begin with. And to anyone playing at home, Steve Turner has made his way back up into P8. Trying to limit the damage as much as he can to his championship. As we come out of turn number 4, we've got 9 laps to go this time. Looks like Derek wants to try and get a win on debut, but so does Justin. It's going to be real hard, fast, close racing between these two. So we're going to watch this one from the chopper cam. Justin's going low to try and get the defense going. Derek is looking anywhere he can to try and get around Justin, but it's not quite working. Derek with an amazing run through the middle of the corner there. It looks like Tommy's starting to blink out very slightly.
And he's also starting to catch things too as well.
As we see Justin gets into the wall coming off the exit of turn 4 there. That invites Derek on his inside to take the first position. Justin cuts down across Tommy's nose to take the second position and try and hold it. Derek goes defensive into turn 1, cuts off the nose of Justin as we have 6.5 laps to go in this race. Tommy will be absolutely furious.
Into the wall a little bit too on the exit of 2.
And Tommy now makes his move on Justin to try and get second position away from him. The pace has intensified. It looks like Justin is in the wall again. Justin's hit the wall again. He's trying too hard. He's dropping positions like a rock now. This brings Gerald West and Thomas Harmon up into 3rd and 4th respectively. Drops Justin all the way back to 5th. Looks like Derek is now taking a commanding lead over Tommy Bordeaux. Can Derek get the hard charge of the win on debut? This is what we're going to find out. We're going to have 5 laps left at the line to find out whether he can. If a caution was to come out after they cross the line, then that will be the end of this race. Looks like Justin's managed to consolidate himself into P5 there, so he didn't lose too much ground, but he lost enough that it's going to affect his race. And it looks like our podium at the moment is going to have 2 newcomers in Gerald West and Derek A. Myers. This is an amazing debut for both drivers. And I think we'll see a lot more of them in the next round and even in the new season when we go back to the trucks. As we come around with 3.5 laps to go, does Tommy have anything for Derek? It doesn't look like he will because he's 3/10 back. He's got a lot of ground to make up. Not only does he have to try and close the gap, but he has to try and make the pass, which is easier said than done. 3 laps to go at the line this time. Looks like our top 4 is pretty sorted, and Matt Burgess has made the pass on Justin Bowe. In fact, Justin has dropped off the face of the earth. I think he might have gotten into the wall again. He's dropped down to P8. Matt Burgess is up into 5th. Steve Turner up into 6th. As we come around to start our penultimate lap for this race, lap 59 of 60, Derek is taking this one and he's going to get the win as long as he can keep the car clean for the rest of these 1.5 laps. Because to finish first, you must first finish. And that should be the message that Derek is playing to himself in his head. If he makes one little mistake, Tommy will punish him for it. As we come around to start the last lap of this race, that's 59 laps in the books, 1 lap to go. As long as Derek can keep this clean, he's got it all wrapped up. as they come around turn 3 and 4 for the final time in this race. Your winner for round number 11 of the Output Racing League, the 21 of Derek Myers. P2 will go to Tommy Bordeaux, P3 Gerald West, P4 goes to Thomas Harmon, P5 Steve Turner. Congratulations to our top 5 there. Very big congratulations to Derek getting the win and the Hard Charger Award on debut. Let's go see how he wants to celebrate. As he makes his way back around to the front straight there. Time to burn it down and blow up that engine. As he gets a little congratulatory nudge there from Gerald. Two rookies to the series just joining in this week, and they have found themselves on the podium. Alrighty guys, we're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back we will have our chat with the winners. And we're definitely very keen to talk to this man, so we'll see you guys very shortly. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are joined by our third place getter in this race, rookie to the league, Gerald West. Gerald, man, how are you doing first and foremost?
Hey, I'm doing great. It's always good to come in and have a good run. Coming from the back, I didn't really want to start up front. Being new to the league, wanted to show some respect and also to the championship drivers. But we had a lot of fun coming up through the field there. We dodged a couple incidents, got some good racing in, and came out on the podium. So I kind of I thought it was a great race by everybody here. It's a lot of fun.
It was definitely one of the better races we've had in recent times, one of the biggest fields we've had in recent times as well. Um, so, what is your general impression of the Output Racing League at the moment?
I really enjoyed it. I come in having, just open minded about it, and it turns out to be a lot better than most people would think. Because a lot of the racing on here could be up, it could be down. But man, a lot of great drivers over here, man. So it's a pleasure to be a part of it, and I like to thank Jaron for letting me join in with you guys.
All right, awesome, man. Is there anyone else you'd like to thank while we got you up here?
Yeah, I'd like to congratulate Derek on the win. And man, it's my teammate, so I sure would like to got to him there. But and Tommy on the championship, he come in, got two tires, and he kept it out in front of us, in front of me, anyways. But he did a great job there tonight. All the drivers out there, they did a great job, showed a lot of respect. So that's always a great thing. And the Output Racing League admins for doing what they do, and of course you for being up there in the booth and putting up with us.
Well, putting up with you guys is what we do best. So, congratulations on your P3 on debut, man. It is incredible.
Thanks, guys.
Alrighty, guys. So that was our third place getter, Jared West. Coming up next, a man that we usually see a lot of, that I've got to manually put into his car, the 57 of Tommy Bordeaux. Tommy, man, what a crazy race.
It sure was. I had a really fun time tonight. I was surprised from the get-go winning the pole. Auto Club's not one of those tracks that do very well at, Corey, and Jaron hosted a couple practice races earlier this week, and not only were they great practice for myself, but also got a lot of new members to the league, which I welcome, and it was a very enjoyable race tonight, definitely. I know it was a good points day for us, and the TommyBordeaux.com Ford Mustang is looking real good coming into Chicago next week. I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, speaking of these new guys, how is the pace of these new guys? I mean, we've got the new guy in first, we've got a new guy in third. We had Blake Mosley in seventh. We had Justin Bowe up in the front for a long time, and Brian Beach up in the front for a long time as well. These new guys, they're fast.
Absolutely, they are, and it just shows how much more competitive the league's getting, and you like to see that. You like to be around racing people, and Derek, obviously, congratulations on the win. He was fast all night, really did a great job saving his tires. So I think if the race went more green, he probably would have been there anyway. But yeah, what a fun race. Gerald West in third. Nice to get a lot of new guys in here, and I'm looking forward to next season as well. It's going to be really competitive and a really close championship battle.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to next season as well, going back to the trucks. But the main focus right now for you is Chicagoland next week, where the points battle will intensify, even with the championship implications that were happening in today's race.
Right. By my calculations, and I'm no math expert, but it should be around a 22 to 23 point lead heading in to Chicagoland there. But I'll tell you what, right now, Corey, it's never over till it's over. So I'll be there, and I'll just be looking for a good, clean race. Got to think big picture, and at the end of the day, my number one goal is just getting that second championship trophy in a row for the TimeButter.com team.
Alrighty, man. Well, while we got you up here, we know you got to thank some people. So who you got to thank this week?
Absolutely, as always, got to give a big shout out to my friend Austin Hakes, teammate as well, Joseph Weaver, everybody at the Fast Racing League, and of course everybody here at Outputs. Jaron puts on a great show, and all these drivers do a wonderful job. Of course, Corey for broadcasting, and TimeBorder.com. I'll tell you what, check it out. It's the best website on the net.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much, man. Good luck for next week, and congratulations on P2. Great points day, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you very much, Corey. Looking forward to it.
Alrighty, guys. So that was the 57 of Tommy Bordeaux coming in P2 there, and now on debut, we've never seen this happen before. Coming in at first in his first ever race for the Output Racing League, and also, while I'm at it, snagging the Hard Charger Award, the 21 of Derek Myers. Derek, holy crap, man. Where have you been all season?
Well, I've actually only had iRacing for about 2.5 months now, and yeah, I mean, I bought it, thinking that I could be pretty good on this, sim, and I had a lot of fun in this race tonight. I didn't even, my friends were telling me about the league, 15 minutes before your guys' race, and told me to apply or register for it. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Sounds fun. 60 laps, just go out there and have some fun. And I didn't even get a qualifying lap in. I messed up on my qualifying lap and didn't even get any practice. And, so it started at the back and just worked my way up through there and got better and better. But it was a lot of fun.
Well, you're only the second person in this league's history to have gone from a far back position to get the win with the Hard Charger Award. The first person was Steve Turner just last week. So you're in very prestigious company there in that respect.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun coming from back there. I mean, I didn't expect to get up to the front that quickly, to be honest with you. I mean, I had only done one other auto club race, and it was actually in these cars, so I had a little bit of experience, but not with the changing weather and stuff. That played a factor a little bit on how I ran my line and got back to the gas and stuff. But I mean, it was pretty challenging getting to the front, keeping your car clean, not getting into the wall or anything. Just go at your own pace, getting up there. And I guess my pace was getting several cars, and then we had a few green flag runs.
Yeah, well, you seem to get very fortunate with when the caution flags flew, because you were always there or thereabouts, when you had those green flag runs. So what was it like battling your way through the field a little bit, with a lot of drivers that I'm not sure whether you've raced against a few of them before or not, but, there's a lot of unknown going into a league race that you've never run before. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I obviously didn't. I don't know many people in here. I raced against three of the people in here were my friends I raced with actively. But I figured since everyone is in this league, I heard good things about it, and people that are racing in a league, they take it pretty seriously. So I raced them how I'd want to be raced, and I didn't expect anyone to do anything that they shouldn't. So I got raced pretty cleanly, and I raced them pretty cleanly back.
Well, that's awesome to hear, man. Now, while we got you up here in the booth, is there anyone that you'd like to thank for helping you out here today?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my teammate Jerry. I believe he got third place. He helped me out pretty well when I first got iRacing, and he got me up to speed with all the settings and stuff. And without him, I could be still messing with some stuff, and he got me up to speed really quickly, and I appreciate him for all his work. And he actually been helping me with some other stuff last night actually, so I really appreciate him. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much, man. Congratulations on your win. And also, you are now in the draw to win $5 credits at the end of the season for the Hard Charger Award. So, congratulations on that as well, man.
Yeah, thank you. Isn't there one race left this season? I'll probably do that.
Yeah, we do have a race next week at Chicagoland, and then we're going to have a quick little break and be back with some trucks for the season number 3.
I'll keep my eye out on the lookout for it. Thanks for putting this on, guys. I really appreciate it.
All right, well, thank you very much, man. Congratulations again. That was the 21, everyone. Winning on debut, that is absolutely crazy. And to get the Hard Charger as well, nuts. Absolutely nuts.
That is a feat no one has done in this league that I have seen.
Well, we've seen people go and get the win in the hard charger, but we've never seen anyone get the win, the hard charger, and be in their first ever race of their league. But now in the booth, we've got a little treat. We're joined by Jaren. Jaren, I just wanted to drag you in here to have a quick chat about these new guys. Damn, haven't these new guys got some pace?
Yeah, dude, it was really good to see these new guys come in and just layer down like that. It was really cool because we want this league to be, first we want to have fun with the same guys every week, make some good friends, and just have a good time. But we also want it to be competitive. So these guys seemed pretty cool when they came out and they whooped our asses basically. So that's really cool. I'm glad that 21 got the win there. He was really good on long run speed. I was trying to hold him off for a while, but man, he took care of his tires really well there.
Yeah, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of these guys in our future events, even when we go back to the trucks. Like Derek and Gerald, they were there or thereabouts most of the race, and so was Brian Beach, who looks like he's unfortunately slipped back down into 16th, but he was right up there with these guys. And then, also when we have the talent of Justin Bowe as well, we've got a lot of really good talent in the league right now.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be harder to get wins from here on out. But yeah, I was real surprised those guys. It seems like they might have raced a lot together in the past, and they came in here ready to go. So that was really cool, and looking forward to the last race of the year, and looking forward to next season again after the new year in the trucks. But hope a lot of these guys come back around. I'm gonna have a real good time.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you very much, Jaren. We will see you next week at Chicagoland for the season final.
I'll be there. Thank you, dude.
Alrighty, guys. So this will end our broadcast for this week. As always, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't done so yet, please like this stream and subscribe to the channel so you can be up to date with all the latest league racing that we will bring to you. Next week will be Chicagoland, which will be the season final for Output Racing League season number 2. For myself and on behalf of Brogan, we'd like to thank you for coming out, and we will see you guys next time.